Alright guys, welcome back to the Axe Guitar channel. For those of you that are new, my name is Nick. I know usually on this channel we kind of go over budget guitar brands and how to save money on gear, but today we're going to review something a little more expensive just to see if it's actually worth the price tag. We're talking about the Fender American Vintage II 1963 Telecaster. Give that a good look right there. Yeah. Now these guitars are meant to be exact reissues and copies of the actual 1963 Teles you could get back in the day, and lucky for me, my buddy needed some routine maintenance on this bad boy, so I took the opportunity to review it as well. Now some specs on this bad boy. This is a solid body alder guitar. It's got good weight to it, just like a standard Tele. I wouldn't say it's too heavy. Definitely no neck dive. But this thing also comes in that nitro cellulose finish with the amazing surf green finish. Now we've also got a rosewood fretboard here with 21 vintage tall frets. Never played a guitar with that style frets. Usually I'm using those jumbo frets that they have on Jacksons and Ibanez. But then also when you turn this over, we've got a one-piece maple neck. And as you can probably notice here, it does have a gloss to it. So what does gloss mean? It means it could be a little sticky, but when we play it for the demo, we'll see how that feels. Now sometimes guitars that are 21 frets like this are on a smaller scale. No need to worry, this one's at 25.5 inches, just like most guitars. Now some attributes that I love about this guitar, just from looking at it without playing it yet, is it has those Fender vintage tuners. I love those block square kind of tuners. Really gives you that vintage retro feel. And then also the inlays of this guitar are clay, and same with the side dots. It kind of has that brown, almost like, you know, off color, and I think that's really cool because it adds to the vintage kind of flair. Now if you come down to the bridge here, what you'll find, which is pretty characteristic on most Teles of this era and style with the single pickup, is 3 saddles. But what's cool about this one, and I've never really seen or played before, is that the saddles are these threaded barrel kind of style, and the strings actually sit on these threads. Now what I would presume of this, you know, being advantageous is that if you want to adjust the string very small amount to your preference, you can because of all these threads. It's basically got a ton of different slots that the string can actually fit in. And lastly, what I love about a guitar is having the knurled tone and volume knobs. There's one volume, one tone. That's really nice. Not a big fan of the plastic dials. And then also on here you have a 3-way pickup switch. And we can't forget, how good does this thing look with a silver lipstick pickup? Come on. Also, just by holding this bad boy, I can tell the neck is a lot thicker than what I'm used to, even with my Harley Benton Tele or regular Fender Squier Teles out there. Also, something I really want to highlight is that this bad boy has the fretboard radius of 7.25. So this thing might actually be a lot more round and full in your hand when you play it, because I'm usually used to, you know, compound radius, or you know, something that's around like 12 or 16 inches. This thing is actually going to be pretty round, and you can actually look at it. If you look at it this way, you can see it's pretty rounded. So if you're considering buying something like this, make sure you look into if that fits your comfort profile. All right guys, let's not waste any more time and get into the demo. But as always, if you like the content, consider subscribing below so you don't miss any reviews or videos like this. All right, let's go. All right, guys, so that's the demo of this Fender American Vintage II Telecaster 1963. Initial thoughts is this thing was really fun to play, a lot different than what I'm used to. The neck was actually surprisingly chunky, but it was comfortable. The only thing I did not like about that neck was the lacquer finish. That is a little sticky. And I mean, I guess it depends on kind of the style of what you play. I tend to have more of like a shredder's feel or a metal player. But if you're kind of like a blues guy or something that, you know, really would, that slows down and enjoys, you know, kind of just the feel and the sound of one of these things, this lacquer neck would probably be no problem. In fact, it might even be comfortable. Now, on a positive note, this thing really is built with quality. These tone knobs and volume knobs are really smooth and easy to control while you're playing, especially the three-way blade switch. And then also, the neck pickup position of this guitar is probably one of the best neck pickups I've ever played, even being a single coil lipstick. This was super smooth. In fact, I rarely use a neck pickup on any of my other guitars, and I would prefer to solo with this neck pickup over any other setting. Now, another thing I didn't mention in the beginning of this video is the truss rod adjustment. Notice how there is no hole on the headstock, which aesthetically, that is nice. So, but the only problem is when you actually need to adjust this, this is going to be a really, like, this is actually a copy from 1963, and all those old Fenders, the truss rod adjustment is down here at the heel, but that's going to require you to take the pick guard off and potentially probably the neck pickup there. So if you're really into adjusting your own guitars and stuff like that, consider that, you know, a headstock truss rod adjustment is a lot easier in some of those later model Fenders, but this is what you're gonna have to do if you need to adjust the neck. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is the tuning stability. Throughout the demo, never did I have to retune the guitar. It stayed pretty much in tune, albeit there was a little bit of fret buzz. This could probably just be how it's set up. I would like to set this up, and what's nice about it is this bridge with the three saddles there. What you can do is you can actually really adjust this as needed because it's got the two adjustment screws on each saddle, and you can kind of do that yourself. Even if you don't know a lot about adjusting guitars, you can kind of tweak it to how you want it. All right, guys, that's the end of this video. Let us know in the comments if you have one of these or just what you thought about the video. Also, as always, guys, if you haven't already, consider subscribing below so you don't miss any content like this. Later.